Right. Well, welcome to the Lockdown, episode 9. We have today former pro surfer, former big wave surfer, former bloody skateboarder, Evan Faullks. How you doing, mate? What's going on?
Not too bad, buddy. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, everybody.
It's Good Friday. I think Easter's on Sunday, but I'll go for it.
That's the same thing, isn't it? Same shit.
I'm Muslim, mate. I don't know. I know we get the weekend off.
Very
good. How you doing, buddy? What's going on?
No, not a lot, bud. Just, trying to keep sane in these crazy times, man.
What's the issues? Bar the kids going nuts. You getting enough sleep?
Nah, man. I was up at 4:30 this morning with the little one. She's brutal.
Explain to everyone what you're doing with her right now, please, with Lily.
Well, she's banished at the moment. She's toilet training, which is not going the best. She did about 5 or 6 nars on the rug, and then she pissed all over the fucking joint about 6 times. And I was just, no, it's not going how I thought it would go. The isolation's going awesome.
Fuck Iso. But we've talked previous. We had a bit of a technical issue last time we spoke, so we had to redo this podcast. Mate, you've grown up basically in Maroubra, and these are suburbs of Sydney. Mate, it's a tough old area. It's a great old area. You know, I live here as well. And mate, explain a bit about the life growing up, like, you know, the surf culture, you know, being with the Bra Boys, coming up as a kid, you know, the people that are, you know, that aren't around no more, you know, due to drugs or issues with violence. Or, mate, explain how you grew up here, like how it was being a part of this surf society.
Like we touched base last time we were chatting away, Fitz. You know, Maroubra's it's a great place. You know, it's got a lot of, you know, we all grew up surfers as when we were young. You know, we had a tight knit crew, which was as you say, all the Bra Boys. You know, and mate, it was good times growing up. It was hard. It wasn't easy, but man, we had a good crew. We had a good bunch of old people, like older lads, you know, showing us the rope. Yeah, it was, man. A lot's changed down there now. Like it's not what it used to be. It used to be quite hard and quite rough. Down there, it's quite. These days, it's a bit different. You know, it's a lot more family orientated. You know, it's like you live here too. You see it yourself. You know, it's a lot different. It's not like the old school Hauser days. You know, where it was rough and tough and whatnot.
Well, yeah, that's basically probably because housing affordability these days. You know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Coogee wasn't the top-notch area. Bronte was still pretty good. Clove Valley was coming up. Now, 10, 15 years on, mate, you make your way down the beaches, it's up to Maroubra right now. So next place will probably be Malabar and after that, Lapa. You know, it's got a, obviously when there's a bit of money involved, drives a lot of the housing commission out, a lot of the people with less income out, and that's normally associated with, you know, bad to say, but myself growing up in it, is it's with that element of issues with trouble and drug use and everything else. So it's bound to happen.
It's bound to happen, and you, like you said, you see that down there in the housing commission way. Like a lot of people are forced to that you know, unfortunately that path. They head down that path, and you know, and like you said, you walk around Maroubra these days. There's $2-3 million houses, $4 million houses. So
$10 million houses like yours.
Please, I live in a cubby house, bro.
Mate, you said you grew up, you know, in the area. Grew up with the Bra Boys. Mate, I watched the documentary again. First time I watched it 10, 11, 12 years ago. It's the first time I've watched it since I've moved to this area 10 years ago. It's funny because I know everyone basically on it now. So I have a personal connection to these people that are in this documentary. But we spoke about this previously. The negative idea behind that documentary, what come off negatively, as good as it was to watch back then, was that Maroubra boys were a gang, all right, like a centralized, organized gang from Maroubra. Now that's what come off that documentary. Now watching it again, it still makes me feel like, oh yeah, I have right to think that when I didn't know nothing about it.
Yeah.
Can you explain, man, that it's just a bunch of boys hanging out? Or am I missing something? Is it organised? Is it,
Nah,
what is the Bra Boys?
Like we touched base on last time, Fizz, we were chatting away about it. There's no, like, it's just a bunch of the lads. We're all good mates, and it's just the media. The media are fucking, they're nuts. All they do is try and create headlines and, you know, create stories to sell papers. And mate, they've labelled us this gang, this you know, this criminal gang and whatnot, and it sold like wildfire. People just fucking sucked it up and ate it in, and it was just it's just a bunch of bullshit, really. Like everyone down there's no boss, there's no fucking sergeant at arms. It's not like a bikie club or any shit like that. You know what I mean? We're just a bunch of surfers. We all get together. We all train hard. We surf hard. We work hard. You know, it is what it is.
Mate, you said that, yeah. Well, sorry, we spoke previously about this again a couple of days ago. Yeah, during that the Cronulla riots, right? Unfairly, you guys got labelled as the go-to guys. So you know, being Muslim myself, you know, I took offence to what happened at Cronulla, and I remember going to Lakemba Mosque, and you know, the first place that came into everyone's head was, fuck, not even going to Cronulla. Let's just go Maroubra.
Yeah.
And just, you know, naturally you just think, all right, well, these guys hate wogs and hate dark people and hate Muslims and blah, blah. But moving here, mate, you realise that basically everyone's fucking half-caste. Yes, it's...
I mean, best mates up the road are Muslim, or, you know, or ethnic people, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
How was it growing up, like, around that? The fact that everyone was so different, because, you know, look at Rennie, look at Sato, look at... Everyone's fucking darky and different religions.
Exactly. We've got our, like, islanders, we've got our, you know, Lebanese people, we've got our Turkish mates. We've got the most diverse cultural down the beach, like, out of anywhere, I'd say. And then we just got labelled with this stigma of this fucking white power bullshit. I don't even know what they were calling it, but in the race riots. And then they just fucking all just turned it on us for some fucking reason. I don't know how the fuck we even got dragged into it. And the funny thing is, a lot of the people that you're referring to, like, we kind of knew, you know what I mean? Which was weird.
We spoke about the, like I said, again, we keep on saying, because we did do this for an hour last time, and it was very bad quality, so we had to redo this interview. We spoke about you turning pro at 14 as a pro surfer on the junior circuit.
Yes.
Explain a bit about the junior circuit, how it all works, for those like myself that don't understand how surfing works.
So back in the day when I was a kid, you basically get your sponsors. You try and, you know, get enough sponsorship to get enough funding to travel around the world and do all these, you know, pro junior comps, and then they eventually turn into WQS comps. And these comps they're not just in, you know, Maroubra or Bondi or whatever. They're all over the world. So you're traveling all over the world at the age of 14, 15, 16. So by the time I was 17, I'd seen the whole world. You know what I mean? So yeah, basically you get sponsors, you get a budget, depending on how good of a surfer you are, to try and get enough points and money to eventually qualify for the WSL, which is the top notch, the top 44 in the world.
Yeah.
So I was doing that, and I was also a big fan of surfing big waves. That was really my passion. You know, that was my escape of reality. I like to get out there.
I know it seems normal to you about surfing these big waves, right? But how many big wave surfers are there in the world, like professional big wave surfers, roughly, estimate?
Nowadays, fuck, heaps. I couldn't
10
even
years ago, back in your day.
but I was doing this stuff at 14, 15. This was 20 years ago.
Yeah. How many was there back then?
There was 10, 15.
Okay. And what, 5 of them come out of Maroubra?
Would have been me, Mark, Richie, but Kobe, obviously. You know,
Yeah.
Kobe was obviously a big name.
Oh, yeah.
But definitely Mark Matthews. He was a big. He definitely put big wave surfing on the map.
So we this big wave surfing. What got you guys into this? Like, all right, Maroubra's got nice breaks, but fucking big wave surfing is a different kettle of fish. Why did you get into big wave surfing at such a young age?
I think it was just the I guess what makes you hot? What makes you fucking, you know, just
what makes you hard?
Well, I'm trying to figure out the word.
Well, that makes sense, mate. It makes sense. It gives you that feeling. It's not like it does make sense.
It's just the normal. Like if that's what you do, it just comes naturally to you. You know what I mean? And
I know I've asked. Yeah.
Just to have the fucking rush, like the rush of surfing a big wave, and actually without using a jet ski and paddling, mate, it's next to none. Like but in saying that, Fitz, there's two forms of big wave surfing. You could surf crazy big waves that have got really, really deep bottoms.
Yeah.
Or you could surf the waves that I like to surf that are like crazy, slabby rock shelves that are this deep. You know what I mean? You surf them, say, 20-foot waves, 15-foot waves with 4 inches of water. You know what I mean?
So I only say this because when we've discussed this ourselves in private, me and you, I say, mate, what the fuck are you thinking? And you go, mate, what is it to it? It's fucking water. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
But when you've got the greatest surfer of all time, who's the fucking GOAT? Kelly Slater, yeah?
Yeah, you'd have to say Kelly.
When Kelly Slater's on that documentary going, like, that you cunts are mad, obviously it's not fucking normal.
He came and surfed the wave with us, and he fucking scored us.
All right, but again, you're talking about the greatest surfer of all time.
Exactly.
Like, what's going through your fucking head? So I'm just trying to understand, because it's hard enough me surfing, let alone big wave surfing onto fucking rocks. You surf that Owls break.
That's it right up there. It's in a museum.
There you go, Owls. So Owls, for the people that don't know, can you explain Owls, the Owls break? Or
that's
Cape Solander.
Cape Solander, yep. So it's
Cape Solander. Explain to people what it is.
It's basically a wave that breaks about 10 meters from the cliff and the rock shelf. It's probably pound for pound the heaviest wave in the world. Like, if it could get bigger, which it probably can't. Like, if it could get over 10 foot, it would be easily the heaviest wave in the world. But it only holds about 8 foot to 10 foot. So,
and what's the reason this is such a dangerous? Explain why it's so dangerous.
Oh, you fall, you fucked. You split your head open. Like, there's been broken necks, broken backs out there. People have been literally swept up into the car park. Literally. Yeah. So it's not a safe wave by all means.
For anyone that hasn't seen it, please watch the Bra Boys documentary, or just go on and type in Cape Solander. These guys basically surf on top of the rocks. If you come off, you land on the fucking rocks, basically.
Fitz, you can sit there. You can sit in the lineup, and you can have a chat to the people that are on the actual rocks. That's how close it is.
You're fucking mad, mate. Well, look, that break was obviously it was found by you guys, by the mob, by the Maroubra boys.
Yeah.
You guys found that break and claimed it. A couple
Yep.
of years later, you guys had a pro surfing event, a Red Bull surfing event there, right? Correct?
Yeah, that was orchestrated by the brains of the group, Marky Matthews. Him and Red Bull collaborated together and kind of got all that rolling. And yeah, we actually had two comps. The first comp was the year earlier, and the waves were shitty. It was small. But the second year was unsurfable. They didn't really want us to surf it because they were saying it was too dangerous and life threatening. So we surfed it anyway.
Well, you did that comp that you guys had was it a one timer? Was it only once?
We did it twice, but because the first one was such a flop, the first one didn't really go so well. Because ideally, you want the biggest waves, the gnarliest waves. You want it to be scary. It's called Cape Fear for a reason.
Wait, we're on.
Oh,
Jimmy Olsen. Hello, Jimmy.
Yes.
You get a new fishing hat, Jim.
Jimmy Bogan.
Young buck. Young buck.
Yeah,
Get him away. Seriously, get him away. Boy.
But I'm so happy that we've got reception, and I don't look like I'm going to try and not look like a fuckwit.
Don't start.
I'm sure you're going to find a way to fuck it all up. No worries.
Ivana, fuck is all up.
Jimmy, we're talking about the Red Bull comp.
No?
You look like you're in Fiji.
Yeah, no, we're out the back. We're talking. Marley's just been crossing over from his trip to Europe last year. You know that Marley's been to more places in the world than me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
We're on the trip to Manly one day.
Hey, you know we said, Jimmy, about that look you do. Can you pull that away from your face, mate?
No,
I'm just trying to help you out, buddy. Hey, Jimmy, we're talking about the Red Bull competition at ours at Cape Solander. Mate, explain to your dogs. Fuck, it's an ugly dog. Explain to us what happened, because Evan, to this day, still sends photos into the World Surfing League saying he won the fucking event, and here's the proof. What happened? What happened? Explain.
To be honest, I've grown up with Ev. He's a modern day hero, Fidel. And what happened that day? The waves were big and they were scary and they were fucking like people were talking about not even going out that day. Like Kobe didn't even want to go out. I turned around. Rooster's waxing up his board. He's ready to go. You had Jughead. Jughead just took it on, cracked his head and nearly died. And then Faulks got out the seat. And like he had his fan club there and everything. And you know, I was there, I was supporting everyone, but Ev went in there. He got two bombs, I think they were nines, Fidel.
I got a 10 and a 9.
10 and a 9. Sorry, mate, or 1 point off.
10 and a 9.
And this other kid, this Russell Bjerke.
No, so no dissing on Russ. He was in the next heat.
That's not what you said.
Nah, he was in the next heat.
It's a true story, Fidel. This is a story that needs to be.
All they were doing was.
Hey, Evan, let Jimmy tell the story of the century. This is the big scoop right here.
I'll stay out of it.
Ev, that's like you. Like it's his home break. It is Evan. He's put the time in. He knows that break. The waves were pumping at this break. He got the two best waves, and everyone was talking about Evan. And the next thing, he wasn't in the next heat. So you talk to Red Bull, you talk to whoever you want to talk to, but there's a fucking conspiracy. It's a bullshit. It's bullshit, mate.
We might have to call Eddie Bravo up and fucking.
You call Eddie Bravo. I don't care who you call, mate.
Mate, I reckon we start a petition in Maroubra to get him the fucking trophy. What do you reckon?
Not since he lost that the fight in LA. We was robbed. This has been the biggest conspiracy, mate.
It's look. I've got someone else that might add to this now. I've got a new caller. We have a mystery caller.
Here we go.
Oh, not a mystery caller.
It's a mystery Richie caller.
Hello.
Hello.
What's going on?
Welcome to the show, Richie Vass, former UFC fighter and raw boy, big wave surfer, and the tallest bloke in Maroubra. What's going on, buddy?
Not much, boys. Just kicking it. What are you lads up to?
Round 2, eh?
Looking comfy.
Round 2.
Where are you going? Where are you off to?
I
Yeah.
was just about to jump in the water and go for a spearfish.
Hey, isolation, mate.
I'm by myself.
Fair enough.
Fucking hell. Ev got pull out. Fucking break the rules, eh? Ev, you're in trouble.
Well, mate, you call me a cowboy for fucking joining the lifeguards.
Wow.
He's a mad give up. Evan's a mad give up.
Hey, you put me on
Sounds like-
the list, bro.
That was a touchy subject of the bat. What have I done?
There's a
Don't
lot of.
fucking spear Dory.
Fucking hell.
So, Rich,
Is that Peter Olsen?
I'm not taking.
it's Jimmy Bogan. Jimmy Bogan.
Look, he's getting in trouble.
Is he got better
Oh,
reception?
Kareem.
Lisa Wilkinson's just got us.
Hey, Rich, we're talking about the Red Bull comp at Owls Break, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
right.
how Ev got ripped off. We're going to start a petition, all right? We're going to try to get him the trophy back. What do you reckon?
Free
mate,
Evan.
it just bubbled back to the surface, apparently, with a new photos come to light about
Yeah.
a wave that he apparently went unnoticed by 5,000 spectators and 20 judges. They missed it.
Hey,
It
mate,
was only 4 years ago, but I'm glad you've moved on to Faulks.
Yeah, I've let it go.
No, it was contentious.
Red Bull still haven't written back to me.
Cut a long story short,
He's his mother now.
Ev's got a case that needs to be answered. Red Bull, there's people that need to be liable for what happened to Evan. He got 2 9. I was there. I was live.
It was a 10 and a 9. 10 and a 9, Jimmy.
That live scoring.
I didn't make a wave.
Mate,
Mate,
all you viewers at home, if you want to follow Spence Hornby and look at the photo that's just blowing up about Ev,
He's got fucking Olsen representing him here.
I'll
You're
just
in
go.
with a good chance, Ev. If
Jimmy
Olsen.
Olsen QC.
Am I fun?
Shut up. We're outside.
Hey, Kareem.
Fuck off, Lisa.
Oh, you're in the dog box, Jim.
Yeah.
You'll be staying out there tonight.
Wait, Rich, while you're on, right? Evan's got a history of not being able to get over things, right?
Shut up. Here we go.
Right, mate. I heard it's the word going around Maroubra that you're his kryptonite. That you're his Achilles heel.
It's been
Explain
said, yeah.
why.
I'm a thorn in his side. I'm a little hairy thorn in his side.
You're a prick.
Won't go away.
You wouldn't want to take Richie on in eating pies and counting fucking hairs on your fucking back. Anything. Richie, fucking, he's hard to beat at anything, mate.
Too competitive. Richie, tell us a couple of stories
Small man
about.
syndrome. Hey?
Tell us the story about jiu-jitsu, mate. What happened at the state titles against Ev when you got
It
robbed?
was actually for the Australian titles, the Federation Cup. Me and Ev had both made it to the final. I think it was in the 67 kilo blue belt division.
Yeah.
And back in those days, yeah, if 2 boys from the same academy made the final, you take it back to your gym and have it behind closed doors. And, mate, that's what it was. I had a big day on the tools. I rocked into training late, thinking I thought it waved. And Bruno, our coach, said, boys, throw on the gi. So I had to borrow a mate's gi because I didn't have one on me.
Oh, so swam
Faulks
20
had been there
K's
for
that
an hour
day,
warming up. And anyway, long story short, went in for the final. Smoke Faulks and got the gold, and he still won't let it go. Like the Red Bull contest, he fucking it just niggles away in him. But I've got the medal in my cabinet here. If you want to come to the trophy cabinet, check it out.
Mate, you've only got about 3 trophies.
One of the best battles.
No, but
Take
Fidel,
a photo of it and send it to me, please.
Nah, give it to you, Rich. You got me. Hey, but we had a good fight. It was a cracker fight.
It was a top fight.
It went down to the last
Extra time.
Cracker fight. No one could win, and there was first point.
And what happened?
I tried to pull you in the guard, and you got the single leg.
That's what you get for pulling guard, mate. That's what
It was a double leg, wasn't it? It was a double leg, wasn't it?
You don't know how to get
I
double
almost
leg.
carried out the room. But it was we were both bloody had nothing left, and it was just a simple little win at the end. But tell you what, the bragging rights were huge.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You got me on that one.
At one point,
we were sitting on the corner. We were sitting on the fucking on the side of the mats, and we're just looking at each other, going, "Fuck this! Let's just call it a draw. This is fucking hectic."
It's been some good battles, mate, in the gym or in the water with me and Faullksy. Like you said, he's been my arch nemesis, but my closest mate over the last 20 years. So
who gets up in the surf battle, mate?
Well, we can go to the El Presidente down there, Peter Olsen. There's been a man-on-man battle in board riders, but I don't want to go into it, mate, because I'll start to sound like I'm bragging.
Beat your own drum.
I've got a story. Me, Jimmy, and Rich were in a heat. I think I won the heat. Did it air over Jimmy's head, and Jimmy beat Rich.
Well, Jimmy beat Rich.
Let Jimmy take this one. We can let
Jimmy.
the president take.
That's Jimmy's first victory. A second.
It wasn't long after I beat him in the jiu-jitsu. So, we weren't talking for months after this. After I beat him in jiu-jitsu.
I just got your number. I just got your number.
I smooth it over with a case of beer, and mate, so it's just a bit of sport, a bit of fun, Faullksy. We're still mates. Second's all right. Second's not bad.
Mate, you live around the corner. You don't even come over and say hello.
Come on, shut that box.
You don't let me in, you man. I'm outside banging, and all the security cameras on me. You don't let me in.
Yeah, you nasty little wogs, mate. You got to come
Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, explain to us what happened in that surf comp where you took out the boys.
No, he didn't take me out. He took Vass out.
There's three guys in the heat: Ricky, Devin, and me. Right? Only two could get through. I knew that I was going to get through. It was Ricky or Evan, would fight out the minors. I knew I was on the podium straight away, and then at the end of the day, I got second. Ev won it, and Rich got eliminated. So it's probably the first time Evan's ever beat Rich in anything. And then the next done an aerial over my head. And I screamed like it was his fins were going to flash me, and I screamed, "Evan, what are you doing?" But he didn't care.
Just to rub it in your face, so I'm fucking blowing the air over your head.
Is that like he didn't care about tying the ropes before Bali that time, Jim?
If you got Fidel, you got.
We're digging up them files, are we?
A ham sandwich in Bali.
What's that?
No, Richie, please. I've got to hear your story. Come on, Rich. What happened?
Don't make me bring
up Jimmy was Evan's boss for many years in the carpet lane game.
Yeah.
Evan was about to go to Bali, and he was spilling that Jimmy made him work his last day, and he's spitting bricks all day about having to work his last day. And to get Jimmy back, Ev didn't tie the ropes on all the carpet on the truck, so they drove
on the M5, Fidel.
Sydney Harbour Tunnel. And there was magic carpets flying off the back of the truck, hitting people's bloody windscreens. Is that what happened, Jim?
That's more or less what happened, mate.
Hey, Jim got out. He goes, "Fuck you, put it back on the car." I said, "Fuck off, get out. I'm out of here."
Stick your job up your ass, he said. Stick your job up your ass, you old prick. I didn't tie him down on purpose. There was like a 10-car pile-up behind him.
It's hectic. It's hectic.
Hey,
if you got time for a shit story?
What?
He's got time for a shit story?
Yeah, go, please, Jimmy. You always got great stories, Jimmy.
It was the 2000 Curatoons Challenge. And Maroubra, we ended up getting a bus up there and a big supporters crew, about 50 of the boys. We all went up there. Richie didn't even have hair on his face. He was like a little.
Richie
was a
had
cute.
hair on his face when he
He
was
was a
3.
cute kid, Rich. He was.
I was promising.
He went out in the surf, and some guy about age roughed him up. Right? Rich came in. Rich was about 15. He says, "Jim, someone's fucking did this and that in the surf." I said, "What's his name? Let's sort him out." He was in the last heat of the day surf. So we waited the last heat of the day. All the boys were having a massive day. The last heat of the day, all was a kid saying,
Oh, I remember this story. We
Yeah.
all chased him down the fucking
and
road.
Ricky's falling down. He goes, "I'm going to fight him." I said, "You fight him. If he beats you, I'll get over the top then." I said,
Yeah.
and Ricky's came down there. The guy jumped out of his heat. Richie jumped off the top rope at Duranvar, kicked him in the face, and the bloke was my age. He was about 15 years older than Rich. And I thought, this kid, he's going to fight anyone. And that's what we're breeding down there, Fidel. They're the kids. That's what we're about, mate. And that's when I knew Ricky was the real deal. Ricky, the real deal.
What is it, Rich? Like I spoke to Evan about this before. What is it about you guys in Maroubra? It's 20 years ago there was 10 big wave surfers, 5 of them are from Maroubra. You guys settle a drama with your fucking fists, which is the old Aussie way. All these boys that come out, like you've got your Suttos, you got your Rennie Matua, you got whatever, footy players, UFC fighters, surfers. What the fuck is it in Maroubra that makes the lads just get that little bit more than everywhere else?
Mate, I don't know. I think if you put your hand up and say you want to give something a crack, you get a lot of support and encouragement and whatever you may need to try and get there. But that could be in any walk of life, It could be surfing, footy. It could be being a mug and doing dumb shit. You're going to get plenty of backing up for that as well. But we got boys who are lawyers now, like, physios. And, you put your hand up and say, I want to go to uni, give it a crack. Everyone gets right behind you, to support each other. So definitely in the sporting realm. Now, it was a pretty testosterone-charged environment to grow up in, that's for sure. And if you put your hand up and say you want to give something a nudge, you're held accountable for it. The boys remind you, but they also give you whatever help they can to help get you there. So, it's just that product of your environment. Everyone wants to try and give it a go, and they all believe they can in whatever realm. If you say you're going to do this in whatever it may be, you'll get support to try and get you there and make you believe it can happen.
And when we were young, Rich, we all wanted to semi-one-up each other, you know what I mean?
Oh, it's huge competitive environment. Nobody going on dance floor, sculling beers in the water, in the jiu-jitsu academy, doing dick tricks in front of but like it was fucking whatever it was on.
Yes, that wasn't. So it was always competitive in any realm.
Yeah. So you just touched on it before. So one of the things that come out later was BJJ, right? Dewey's a culture of Maroubra at the moment. It has been for 15 years. There's surfing, rugby league, and then Dewey. Now, what happened? What's the go? Why did it become so popular? And how the hell has Jimmy Olsen got his black belt and you guys are still fucking on your blues and purples and browns? Where the fuck you're on? Tell me.
Yeah.
You take it there from Rich?
No, just like all the boys in Jimmy, but we're just really lucky that a few Brazilians had settled in Maroubra, 20 years ago, being Bruno Pano and Alex Prats. And basically, Alex was a purple belt, Bruno was a black belt, and I think a few of the boys met Alex in the SEALs Club having a little training. Asked him what's doing with his ears, and they said he was like, it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and showed him a few submissions, and it kind of spread like wildfire, this talk of this new martial art. And mate, everyone's wanted to try it out, so they went to Bruno's classes, and long story short, they ended up teaching it at the surf club on the beach, and that's when all the boys just got right into it, and it took off. Like that competitive testosterone environment just relished it, and that was it.
Yeah.
We spoke about, so I've already told all the viewers that we had this conversation a couple of days ago, but technical issues fucked it up, so we have to repeat it. But talk to us about again, Rich. Talk to us about the respect factor from BJJ. Like I said, I grew up in the kickboxing community. We were not. I'm not saying that boxing doesn't teach it, but in where I was from, it didn't teach kids to be humble, hold your abilities, do it when you have to. BJJ is a very humbling sport. Did it change everyone's mentality in the area in the Maroubra? Like, did it calm them down?
But in time, definitely, because like we were very similar. Down at the beach, all it was boxing, really. You know, we had like guys like Ronnie Reardon, Kurt Barham, who were professional boxers, who were killing it, and so that was always our bread and butter as well. Until we introduced to BJJ and the whole martial arts kind of like philosophy and principles it teaches, that slowly changed. But at the get go, like I said, our gym was at the surf club, and on Friday night we used to have training, then all rock across the road to the pub and get on the beers, and we'll start putting each other to sleep. And our mates who didn't do BJJ were getting put to sleep left, right, and centre. And we thought it was all fun and games, and it was unreal fun until we got back to Bruno Pano, our instructor, and he turned. He made an example of us like in class. Said, that's not how we do it, boys. What we learn in the academy is to be practice in the right environment, and if you want to compete and do it, you jump in the tournaments and do it. You don't show off at the pub and do it to your mates and put mates to sleep. It's like, so that was the first kind of like realization that what we're learning is to be practicing in the right environment and kind of like you do have the knowledge to do it, and prove yourself, to do it where it counts, and not to be doing it on the streets, and use it if you have to, but not to take advantage of it.
Like, your area is known for being predominantly pretty, not, I won't say violent, but boys stick up for themselves. Did the sport calm everyone down and start making them a little smarter?
I
think some people started to realise you can't judge a book by the cover too, So
a lot of dark horses started emerging that you wouldn't think were fighters at all, and they started practicing bit of jury, and mate, they're all killers now.
Killers.
It's
Real
like
killers?
a slow burn. I think
Probably.
People just started to realise that, I know, like you said, it's humbling, it put people's egos in check and made you think twice about, a lot of things. But definitely once the sport started to grow out throughout Australia, especially here in Sydney, it was like, you sort of second guess calling someone out the front, when you've been, your mate's been putting you to sleep and or you're relying on your two fists, and now there's this other whole grappling thing that's going on. Like, people start like taking it a bit easier, I reckon.
Jimmy, what have you got to say about the pajama jamming, BJJ?
You know what? Like, what he was playing with the boxing, like when I was a kid when you're boxing, the guy that was a boxer, he was always covered and tattooed, and he was a tough guy. But a lot of these Jewy guys, they work 9 to 5 jobs, and that's Steve Urkels. They're like real nerdy guys. Get them on the map, and they're murderers. So you can't judge a book by its cover, Fidel. At the end of the day, mate. That's all
I know that very well. Trust me.
They're the ones you got to worry about. Those real nerdy ones now.
The doctor, remember the doctor?
Doctors, Doctor
Ray.
Andre, the doctor.
Yeah.
Now, but back in the day, Fidel, what you're saying is a lot of the boxers that I grew up with, they were thugs and they were tough guys. They were like brought up tough guys. But today's Jewy fighter is really well educated and they know a lot more than what you think.
So what happened to you then?
Let's get back. Fidel, let's get back to your story. You grew up in the tough streets of Blacktown.
Blacktown, Doonside.
You Corinne, shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Hey, the positive is we haven't sacked him once tonight.
It's been an improvement, massive improvement.
Well done, mate. Well done, Jimmy. We'll clap here for Jimmy.
Wood. I'd like to thank the boys from Wood. No, but sorry, Fidel. Like, you've ended up South Coogee / Maroubra. You're at the crossroads. You don't know whether you want to be one of us or you want to be down at Titans training. Oh, really? I do.
Where's this going?
I just want to take you for a swim in the salt water, Rich.
I can swim. I can fucking swim. I just don't like sharks. I hate sharks.
Mate, they're an urban myth. They're an urban myth. But they don't exist.
Right. Imagine, right?
Salt water.
You got all these fucking sangers on bread, right? All these white fellas on bread, sangers on bread. Then this one big fucking kebab comes straight in the middle of them. What's the shark in the grab? Tell me, police. I'll have like a fucking oiled slick come behind me. The shark won't fucking miss.
Burley.
Mate, come on. Like, I'm not fucking stupid. I know what's going to happen.
Fidel, you're in good hands. Like Richie's your ultimate waterman. He's an amphibian. He's a land sea creature. It wouldn't matter if he's on land, he's on sea. He's equally as strong, you know?
Hey, do you know we've lost Ev?
Okay.
He's tuned out. Give a story.
No, but
Ev.
get back to it's Richie 9, Ev fucking 0.5. It's fucking
Mate,
Where's he going?
I don't know where he's gone. I'm trying to call him now. Mate, he's had about 3 beers, so he's flying. He's a cheap drunk. He's a cheap drunk.
I'm the cheapest.
No,
So what else is going on? Rich, what else is going on with you, mate?
No, not much, Fid. Just, same old, working and training where I can. Obviously, now the current situation, mate, just doing a bit of running, hit the Coogee stairs. But, mate, just loving life. I'm getting in the water this Arvo. And, mate, I'd like to get back in the ring too. I jumped in and made my pro boxing debut last year, which was fun. And wouldn't mind doing some kickboxing this year or Muay Thai. But
that was
I find it hard to find the time per week to train for MMA and get back in the cage, which I love to do. But I respect the sport enough to know what it takes to say yes to a fight and get back in there. And unless I can find that 25 hours a week. What's that, Jim?
I was there last year when Rich made his pro boxing debut. We had
was
a
it better
table.
than yours, Jimmy?
Well, it was, yeah. He's one of the legends of the. I don't know, whatever. He's a legend. But anyway, Rich made his boxing debut at 36. He fought against a cab driver from Thailand, but he hit him with a body shot. He hit him with a body shot, and we had a table, and it was a really good night. So that's another great story.
Rich, we'll go into this. I'll bring you on in a couple of weeks. We'll have a good chat. But just quickly, you said this before. So MMA, you're doing 25 hours a week. I believe boxing is a harder sport, but I also believe MMA is a more taxing sport. Right? It really fucks up your body. Rolling, explosiveness, the floor work. Is that maybe a reason why you're looking at maybe trying something about MMA? Not just the time, but also your body?
Mate, a little bit, but I actually feel pretty grateful that my body's pretty good after, I sort of made my pro debut in 2006. So was that 14 years of fighting professional? I feel like, still pretty good wear and tear, but it's just more the commitment that it takes for me to jump into MMA. I feel like fighting a couple hours a day to train for boxing is more manageable, now with a young family and work's taking a bit more priority. That's doable, but to find the 6 hours a day or, 4 to 5 hours a day that it takes to fit all the different, martial arts in to jump in the cage, that's the struggle. And like I said, I'm not going to jump in at, 50-50 or 70% and hope for the best because I want to get in there and fight with good quality competition. And unless I can, commit to the training, then I won't. But I just love the challenge too. I love learning something new, Fids. I love, focusing on something solely, just like whether it be jiu-jitsu or just boxing or just kickboxing. I really enjoy just breaking that, that combat sport down again and learning the foundations and then jumping in and testing myself. So that small man syndrome, mate, I can't shake it. So
it gets a lot harder when we're at this stage as well, Rich?
Fidel,
it's a pretty selfish lifestyle you live.
Boys.
Oh, he's back. He's back. Hello.
Sorry, lads.
You there?
What happened?
Fidel.
I don't know. I lost you.
Oh, mate, you're like Jimmy, look at you.
Fidel.
Jimmy, sit back off the camera. Sit off the camera.
Do you see Richie as more of a sea creature or a land creature?
Mate, I see him as a ring creature. I held pads for Rich about 4 weeks ago, before this shit come down, maybe 6 weeks ago. And he's got a really good style. I think you're an old man, but I reckon you got a couple more left in you, to be honest. I honestly reckon he might have a chance in Australian title at boxing. He's got the movement, he's got some good skill and good speed, and you're tough as nails, obviously. It might be something that you look at future. It's pretty good.
Well, like I said, Fitz, I enjoyed my pro debut more than I expected. I love the training and the prep for it. So it was something I was looking to jump back in to have another one straight away. But the second fight I had lined up didn't work out. And then I sort of fell out of routine of training a little bit. And that's what it is. But I'd love to get back in there. You know, now we've got the gym down at Lexo. We've got no
Exactly.
Yeah, we're
The
all
Fight Club.
Lexo.
Fight Club.
No, but Fidel, let's get back to like I know you rang Johnny Lewis that night to get a character.
Have I lost everyone? Everyone back?
No, are you listening?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
I
Mate.
can hear you, bro.
I remember you rang Johnny Lewis that night to get a background boxing check on me.
Background check.
And Johnny
He didn't remember you.
No, what did Johnny Lewis say?
He didn't remember you. He goes, who's that?
Bullshit artist as well. Get back to the story. Let's finish the story off. Let's finish strong. Let's bring it home. You rang
What's
Johnny
that?
Lewis and got a character like a revs check, like I was an old car that needed. Go. What did Johnny say? Fidel, you tell the story. Finish it.
I can't remember. We're about 15 beers down, 20 beers down. Can't remember.
I love both of them.
That Con Pappy was a wrestling champion. I'm a champion in other areas, and I'm ready to go. If Con's ready to go,
Take your head away from the camera, Jimmy.
get a bit closer.
He headbutts the fucking camera. Anyway, hey, Jimmy, Rich, thanks for coming on, boys. I appreciate your time. Rich, have you on in a couple of weeks. We'll put Jimmy the Sin Bin fucking Olsen on as well, okay? Apparently,
It's always a pleasure.
apparently
Again,
drinks at Jimmy's. Apparently, drinks at Jimmy's.
Beautiful. Get closer to the camera, Jim.
Look it.
See you, boys. See you, Faullksy. See you.
Hey, Hazy. Good
Yeah,
to see you,
mate.
buddy. See you, Jim.
Yeah, Jimbo.
See-
Ev.
Too easy, buddy.
Oh, I'm back. Where'd you go, mate? What happened?
Mate, I got no idea. I was in the garage and it just went flat. I thought
Alright.
the reception might have cut out or whatever. I was trying to get back on, but it's had a shocker.
Let's get back to it. All right. So at 14, you turned pro. You're on the pro tour with the youth pro tour. Mate, you're sponsored by Billabong.
Yep.
At the age of 14, you've told them to get fucked. And Oakley. And Oakley, is that right?
Yeah.
You've told them to get fucked. Two of the biggest brands in the world. Why?
Well, they weren't paying me enough.
What's enough, please? Explain enough.
Well, the thing was, bitch, like, they didn't get what I was doing. Like, they were paying all these other kids, like, to do all these comps. But I'm going out there surfing these crazy big waves. I was getting all the covers. I was getting all the double pages. Like, I was everywhere in the media. But they didn't see it as that, you know? They thought, no, you need to be doing the comps and this and that. I was like, I'm getting more exposure for your company by doing what I'm doing. So, fucking, it speaks for itself.
Oh, so they weren't too happy with you doing the big wave. They'd rather you do more comps.
Well, they wanted me to do the comps, but realistically, I wasn't going
Hey,
that
sorry, mate, you're in a bad area. The reception is awful.
all good, buddy. I'll try it over here. See how we go.
How about you got a $10 million home, but you got a $2 fucking Wi-Fi system?
Mate, I've got a Nokia.
Nokia 6110.
I've got Snake. I still play Snake.
So they didn't want. So Billabong didn't want you to do the big wave circuit. They wanted you on the pro circuit. They believed that was better for them. More.
Well, that was their platform for kids. You know, they start on the the pro juniors, and then they slowly progress to say the QS, and then eventually, if they're good enough, they get to the.
You're in a
top
very
44.
bad area again. Ever about to lose you.
Yeah.
Mate, outside's awful. Are you on Wi-Fi or are you on your phone?
I'll go inside. Hold on. I'll go inside. Hold on. How's that?
Oh, we'll see in a sec. It takes a couple of seconds. That's
better?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Lily's on. We can hear Lily.
Yeah, Kevin P.
Oh, Lily. Can we hear Lily?
Yeah, Lily's up there now. She knows I'm here now.
All right, so life after surfing now, mate, or life after pro. What are you doing? What's coming up? What have you got planned in the future?
Mate, just sort of, but I'm lifeguarding at the moment down on the beaches, and doing a bit of construction work with a few of the boys, and just training, man. Just trying to be fit and surf as much as we can, and these little rascals up the top, family life. That's pretty much it.
Are you mentoring any young kids? You've got that little Max McQuiggan. He's a good kid coming up.
He's a great kid. He's a top kid.
All I ever hear about since I've been here is basically you, before I even knew you, and Max. Everyone talks about you two like they believe Max is going to be the next big thing. Do you mentor him? Do you help him out? Like I know the kid personally. He's a great kid.
Great kid.
I try to help him where I can, but fuck, I don't get in the water, so I can't help him with surfing.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can help this kid out?
Mate, the thing is, he was kind of in the same. I dare say he was in the same situation I was 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago. He wanted to do the same kind of thing, like the big waves thing, and he was surfing really well, surfing good comps, like getting results. But the sponsors just weren't paying the money, like in Australia, they don't dish out the coin like they do over in the States. So it's
why? Why is that?
I guess the population is a lot bigger over there. Like you said, you went to the Huntington surf comp, and you said it was the craziest thing you've ever seen.
That was. I drove past. I told Evan the other day. I drove past the Huntington surf comp about 10 years ago, and it was on par with the Olympics. It was on par with fucking the World Cup rugby. I've been to these events, World Cup soccer. It was fucking massive. And how, considering that surfing's one of the biggest sports in this country, participation sports, how do we not make it a bigger sport visually and production wise? Like, have more competitions. Maybe it's something we look at in the future, but
it's definitely something we're gonna like. You've got to chop it up with Surfing Australia, surfing, the ASP, the WSL. You got to figure out something because it's a great sport. Everybody loves watching it. Everybody loves watching the big wave comps, and like I was saying, Max is in the same.
Who's dying? This sounds like Montana. Is it?
Yeah. So Max is in a bit of the same predicament. He was killing it, ripping, but he's sponsored by O'Neill. I don't know if you've ever heard of O'Neill. Yeah. And sorry, I gotta go upstairs. I'm getting 2 secs. Sorry. Lily. Yeah, I'm getting blown up at. You got me?
Are you in trouble?
Nah, just Lily can hear me, so
Mate, we're losing you. Hello? Ev? Hello?
Yeah.
All right, so I bumped into Max about 4 or 5 weeks ago at the pub. I've known Max for about 2 years. Whenever he's got some fundraiser, I always throw in for him. He's a great kid. He comes in the gym, does a bit of boxing with us. He seemed like he was over it. It just, I see things other people can't see because I've trained a lot of athletes, right? It seemed like he wasn't too interested. Do you reckon it's the same thing as what you went through?
I think I think yeah, probably because he's probably put in so much work and he's done the hard yards and he's not seen any benefits from say surfing the big waves and doing all this stuff. He's not seen all the fruits of his labor. You know what I mean? He's not getting anything out of it. So which is a shame because he surfs so good. The kid rips, he charges, he could be a future, top 20, 30 in the world. He's got all the tools, all the tricks, but like I said, Australian sponsorships, they just won't get behind the surfers, and I don't know. It's a tricky one, bro. It's a very tricky one.
Mm. Well, mate, look, I've got the 1 minute wonder, which is basically questions I'm going to ask. Just give me your first thing that comes to your mind.
Yep.
And don't hold back. All right. So, the best surfer you've ever seen?
Kelly Slater and John.
Best place in the world to surf?
Fiji.
Biggest waves you've surfed?
Oh, it depends where you are, really. They judge it kind of differently in different countries. Maybe 20, 30 foot.
Well, what's the break that you haven't surfed that you would love to have surfed?
I wouldn't mind surfing Jaws, which is in
Maui.
Jaws,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Portugal? No one fucking talks about this place in Portugal.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's fucking off its head, that joint, man. You see the latest clips from there? It's off its
Nah.
Mate,
but why doesn't it get mentioned more with the Aussies? I don't understand.
I don't know. I think they keep it pretty tight knit with the people that they've got. Like Marky went over there and surfed it. Marky Matthews, and mate, he dominated. But
I reckon me and you got to go over for a trip, and I got to film you surfing that break. All right?
Yeah. Well, mate, if it's anything like your drone skills, I don't want anything to do with it.
I'll crash the gun. All right, the surfer you hate to punch on with.
You know what? There's a lot of surfers that are really good jiu-jitsu guys. Probably Dustin Barker, Hawaiian guy. Look him up.
Yeah, Dustin Barker, we'll have a look.
He fights for Bellator.
Most overrated surfer.
Overrated. Richie Bass.
Richie Bass. All right. Who's the best person you've ever rolled against?
Best person or best?
Who's
surfer?
the gun? Who's the best? Who's the gun of rolling? Please, come on. Is it Bruno?
Probably Chris Collis. He just got his black belt a couple of weeks ago.
I saw that.
He's unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
I'd
have to say him for sure.
Who wins, Tim Zhu or Jeff Horn?
It's a tough fight. I reckon Zhu gets it.
All right, Volkanovski or Holloway?
Yeah, we went through this one. Oh, it's a tricky one too.
Ev, losing ya, Ev. Nothing. All right, Ev. Well, that's the end of the episode. We missed 2 questions. The answers were going to be Tyson Fury over AJ and Khabib gets over Ferguson. Well, I'll speak to you next time, and thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Awesome.